Scotland could very well become the first UK nation to start legalising assisted dying, and that's if a bill that's being introduced at Holyrood in a few hours' time is approved, and all the signs are it's going to be.
One of the most vocal in support of legalising assisted dying is, of course, the broadcaster Dame Esther Rantzen, who is living with stage 4 lung cancer. On Tuesday night, I had the privilege of honouring her with one of the highest accolades at the Royal Television Society Awards, the Gold Medal, which her lovely daughter, Rebecca Wilcox, accepted on her behalf. Here is that special moment. Oh, Rebecca joins us now. It's so lovely to see you, Rebecca. And it was such a shame, of course, that your mum, who is awarded the Gold Medal from the Royal Television Society, the highest accolade, and only the second woman ever to have been awarded it. It's such a shame she couldn't be with us. So the first question, of course, is how is Mum?
Well, I think she's a little bit annoyed that I added bits to her speech. I think she thought it was pretty word perfect.
Doesn't sound like your mum.
She got a lot of people contacting her going, "Oh, Becca was funny," and she said, "Really?" So I think I have to stay on script more next time. But yeah, I mean, ridiculous that she wasn't there. Absolutely stupid. She deserved that moment. She got given a standing ovation. I tried to feed back everything that happened to her afterwards, and you know, it's not the same as being there, is it?
Of course not.
She is always the journalist. She is always the campaigner, and right now, living with stage 4 terminal. She's, you know, admitted it's terminal lung cancer. She is campaigning for assisted dying. Now, of course, today, hugely significant moment because Scotland will introduce and present to MSPs proposed legislation on assisted dying. What do you and Esther think of the legislation? Does it include all the caveats which could then make it a UK-wide proposal?
I think so. I think, Scotland, you are amazing. You make all the right decisions. I wish I was Scottish. The caveat that breaks my heart is that you have to have lived in Scotland for a year in order to take up this legislation and be able to choose the way you want to die, choose a painless death, choose a dignified death if you have a terminal illness. Because obviously, who knows how long Mum has left, but she doesn't have enough time and the wherewithal to move to Scotland to be there for a year. Plus, this bill probably won't go through till next year. So again, everybody that I'm meeting in the Dignity in Dying campaign, they are so brave. They are so brilliant at telling their story, and yet none of this is going to help them right now. I don't understand why Scotland is so far ahead of England. It makes me really sad that my country cannot see that this is the right approach. It has all the caveats to protect the vulnerable people. It doesn't allow for the type of euthanasia that people worry about. It's assisted dying and assisted suicide for people with a terminal diagnosis who have been found sound of mind by 2 separate doctors. It just doesn't make any sense not to say yes to it.
Rebecca, let's just go back to what you said in the opening there, in that reply, to this 12-month caveat, which you kind of reject. You don't think it's a good idea. I mean, the loose language in the newspapers this morning that surrounds that caveat is to describe it as something which is designed to stop what they call, in their words, death tourism. What do you make of that?
Well, death tourism is a thing. I mean, that's why Mum's joined Dignitas, and actually outsourcing our assisted dying to other countries is, to be really grim, is losing the UK money in a way if they wanted to make an economy from it. So I think death tourism, it's not for me, it's not something I agree with, but it suits a lot of people. I know a wonderful woman with end-stage bowel cancer who just took herself off to Dignitas because opioids didn't affect her pain and there was nothing they could do to stop her discomfort and discomfort is not the right word, extraordinary pain. And so that worked for her. And I understand Scotland not wanting all of us English people who think that they've got the right idea coming to them to die. I mean, it's not the reason to go to Scotland. There are many reasons to go to Scotland, but it would be a wonderful place to die. The 12 months is a good number, I suppose, because really we've been talking about 6 months till the terminal illness would have full effect. So it does protect Scotland from all of us invading them to die. But it's just sad for me and my family and everybody else who's going through the same situation. We are one of thousands of families who are affected by this. And please, can we just get going in England?
You have had a pledge from Sir Keir Starmer, haven't you,
Yeah.
who spoke directly to your mum, Esther Rantzen, about this. So do you think that come a general election, if the polls are correct, that actually a change could be made, but would that be in time for your mum, Esther?
I think, if I recall correctly, that Sir Keir said it would be within 5 years, which, you know, medicine is incredible. Things are not certain, but I think we can pretty much say that won't help my mum and it won't help lots of people who are going through what they're going through today. I think if anybody wanted to become the next Prime Minister, obviously I'm not a political guru, but every single UK constituency was polled, and in every single one, the majority was for assisted dying. It seems like a no-brainer to me.
But I guess it shows that perhaps England and Wales aren't that far behind Scotland, because, I mean, the most respected pollster in this country has said that there's a 99% chance of Labour winning the coming general election. And then Keir Starmer says that he'll be happy to have a free vote in the Commons about it. So we're not that far behind, are we?
I hope not. I hope not. I do feel like there's an undercurrent that's not being entirely honest with us, that maybe some lobbyists that have reasons of their own, be it faith, moral, ethical, who are not quite vocalising their true feelings about it and have a lot of power, because the movement in the UK, the dial is shifting towards it. Everybody seems to be behind it. It is something that affects all of us. And as long as we have the caveats in to protect the vulnerable people, to make sure that people don't feel that they should be pushed towards this decision or make the decision for somebody else. Yeah. As long as we have that in place, it should be fine. I just want everybody who has a reason of faith to tell us that it's a reason of faith, because faith is a beautiful, wonderful thing. I really admire it. But I don't think it should affect my mum's decision on how much pain she has at the end of her life.
Personally, I agree with every word you say.
I hope your mum's all right for now, Rebecca. And, you know, I know that she's honest about the diagnosis, but, you know, we send her huge amounts of love always. I'm sure she's watching. Dame Esther, we love you.
Making notes.
Take care.
Pick her up on that reply.
Can I say...
Yes.
Can I say how wonderful your speech was, Susanna? She thought you were incredible and you looked gorgeous.
Oh. I was trying to channel her, actually, because in the clips that we showed at the Royal Television Society, she was wearing... in those famous... Look! When she presented That's Life, she wore that dress.
On the same bias.
And in fact, you were wearing her clothes, weren't you, on the night?
I was. I have nothing that is glamorous, so I have to borrow everything from her.
I love it. You look very glamorous. We were both channeling the legend, Dame Esther Rantzen. Rebecca Wilcox, you're doing a fantastic job. It's great to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Take care.
If you're affected by those issues, you can find advice and support at itv.com/helplines.